Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Heiden campaign. This is War in the Pacific Admirals edition. I'm playing Japan, he's playing the Allies. Let's see what happens this turn. Okay, looks like we grabbed Lumenjong on Java, which is really important to us because we need that base. It's a size 4 base that we can put all of our aircraft on and have a super strong foothold aerial-wise. Oh man, there's subs all over the place. You guys seeing these subs all over the place? Man, the Solomon Sea is not looking good for subs right now. I hate subs. Okay, that ship was damaged 2 days ago by coastal defense guns at Townsville, and unfortunately we couldn't save it. It burned down at sea. Is what it is. I can't really do anything about it. Okay, so right now we've got one of my surface rating ships uh, just kind of dealing with these picket ships in the Bay of Bengal. I figured I would go out and take them out anyway because they're just in the way. This shouldn't take long at all. A couple shells ought to do this. Yeah, I think we know how this is going to end. Alright, 10 shells and it's sunk. Okay. Alright, that works for me. Let's press on. Okay, I'm expecting a lot of sightings of a lot of stuff today. I've moved some naval search into different areas. Followed by aircraft. Well, there it is now. Okay, yeah, I told you we were going to see a lot of stuff here. Oh, great. Canceled missions again. That's what I needed this turn. Alright, guys. We're sweeping over Chittagong. I like the weather that we're seeing, and I like the fact that there's no opposition, because something's coming here. You'll see. Alright, here we go, guys. Bombing Chittagong. This terrain is clear, and the weather's good, so we should get some good hits here. Alright? So, right here, the only thing that we're hitting is the Chittagong Fortress, which is fine, because we need to actually kind of disable that thing. Okay, I got another bomber coming in here now. Again, good weather. Destroyed some guns. Hopefully put some good, what's the word I'm looking for? Disruption on this unit, because we're going to need it here in a minute. Okay, so now we're bombing Changsha. This is perfect. It's clear weather, guys. We're going to tear this place up. Yeah, good hits. Okay, some more good hits, and air base supply hits are always what we need. good hits at Lanchow with a lot of air base supply hits, and that's absolutely what we need right now. Because our survival here depends on bleeding these guys out of supply. Because they can't hurt us if they don't have supply. So we gotta do what we gotta do to eat it up. Okay. Supply dump hits, guys. That's what we want right there. Supply dump hits. Okay, AM phase is in the books, and it was pretty good for us. Let's see what we get on the PM phase here. Uh-oh. Send the main body. Whose main body are we sending? Gonna try to expedite through some of these reports here. Here we go. PM phase. More weather cancellations. Aha! Looks like we spotted a little something out here in the middle of nowhere. We better focus that thing down. Okay. Let's see what happens here, guys. Okay, so first of all, we're landing at Akyab with this is an aviation support unit. Alright, we should be going into ground combat here. Hopefully everything goes the way we want. This is a Japanese deliberate attack. This is the road to Lanchow oil. I did order a bombing raid here today. It doesn't appear that it went down, so that might cause us some issues here. Let's see if we can take this. I don't know. No, we did not. Oh, wow. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not good at all, guys. Definitely not the result that we wanted here. That's really bad. Shoot. Well, that changes things. I don't know if we're going to be able to break through like that. Okay, back to Lanchow. We're bombarding again. Okay, it's all right. We're trading a little bit, but hopefully we're bleeding down his supply there. Alright, so we just opened up this rail line again and we sent this unit packing down here. Man, I'm bummed. Okay, and then another shock attack here. I'm trying to eliminate this unit entirely. Open these roads back up. And looks like we took that unit out. And there it is. That road is now fully open again. Man, I can't believe that went so poorly up there. Okay, we're back on Sumatra now as we work our way down the Medan. Okay, looks like we won this battle, and we're going to send these guys packing again as we work our way down the road here. There we go. I sent one unit to pursue while the rest of these guys retreat. These guys are almost completely done for. Okay, now, oh, this, uh-oh. We have an allied shock attack. He's coming through the swamp here. Hopefully we can repel this. Yeah, we do an excellent job there. So he's coming out of the swamps from Lanchow. I have an armored car unit here, and these Chinese infantry units are so battered. They just have no weapons to take out these this armored car unit, so we're able to hold there. Okay, guys, we got a shock attack at Chittagong. This is a parachute regiment. I hope we can take it. Yeah! All right. We got it, guys. We are on the ground in India officially. And look at that, we bagged some aircraft too. I don't think he saw that coming. Oops. I was in the wrong op mode, but it didn't seem to matter much. So there it is, guys. We got in. We just parachute attacked the Chittagong. So what you saw earlier was the bombers going in and loosening them up. And now we're in. And we took that place. And that's going to give us a little bit of points. Hopefully it kind of makes up for the sting of our defeat on the Lanchow road. Good. Guys, we're in India. So we had a little bit of a setback there on the Lanchow road. However, that's good. Cooktown size 2. We are now officially into India. We just landed there. So hopefully it all kind of evens out a little bit. Okay, we'll have to look at we'll see what's happening here. A lot going on now. Check it out, guys. We're in India now. Yeah. Okay. Look at the aircraft losses for this turn. Actually pretty good for us today. 11 Allied, 6 Japanese. So we bagged ourselves some Catalina 1s, which I believe is a British version of the Catalina, and PBY 4s. These guys are irreplaceable. They're not, you don't get any more PBY 4s as the Allies, and these actually have, I believe, a better ferry range than the PBY 5s. So I actually like the PBY 4 better than the 5. So we bagged basically 11 of those aircraft on the ground today by taking Chittagong. And we'll talk more about that operation when we get around to India. Army lost points for this turn. Oh, actually, let me take it back. We lost 6 aircraft, so let's take a look at what we lost. A couple Babs. These are on recon missions. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of those to lose. Dina, Anne, Sally, and Nell. Okay, no big deal. Of those 6 aircraft we lost, only 1 was KIA. Let's quickly take a look at our wounded pilots and see how they're doing. Alright, so it looks like we've got 3 pilots we can potentially Ochi, Oba, Fujimatsu. So Ochi, Oba, Fujimatsu. We take a look at the reserve, and it looks like all of those wounded pilots, with the exception of this guy Fujimatsu, retire him, and Nabara, retire him. They're not coming back. Everybody else is coming back though. Okay, now we can talk about army loss points for the turn. We had a good day today, guys. 170 Allied troops bagged today in exchange for only one of ours, which is shocking considering how bad things went in China for us. We'll talk about that too, but uh, still awesome trade. 170 today, and a lot of those came from the entire fortress of Chittagong surrendering like a bunch of little, you know whats. So, ship sunk last turn. Unfortunately, the Imizu Maru went down, but we kind of figured that it would. It was already burning, and we couldn't put the fires out. It's the Toho cargo class are not particularly great. They're fast, but uh, this is not a huge loss to me. I can build many more of these. I can absorb that. The Allies lost this AMC Calcutta, so the namesake of this part of India is sunk. Okay, no strat points this turn. Overall for our turn, we gained. What do we gain here? 236 points, bringing our win ratio up to 2.219. Looking good, guys. Looking really good. Okay, combat reported. Let's take a look at that. Sea engagements. The only thing we had was that our destroyer taking out the Calcutta in the Bay of Bengal. What else we got? Ground today. Let's talk about that. Lanchow, another bombardment. We're trading better than he is here, and that's great. I think, despite the AV differential, I want to consider maybe attacking here, and here's why. I think that we've let his supply down quite a bit. We had 2 bombardments and 2 days of aerial bombardment where we hit supply, and I know the precarious supply situation the Chinese are in right now. I think these guys might actually be low on supply. So even if, despite the AV and despite the fact that they probably have forts, they're on clear terrain and they're out of supply. I think. I don't know. I'll have to discuss it with my crew and see what they think. But we may want to push the attack button on this soon. We need to wrap this place up before it's too late. Chittagong. This was a fantastic operation today, guys. We landed our paratroopers here, and I even screwed up and left one in rest mode. Can you believe that? Despite it, this whole unit just gave up and died. And the reason being is that this unit is very powerful when it's facing a naval invasion. It is not well suited for a paratrooper attack. So these paratroopers come in with really high experience. It's a shock attack, and there's a lot of AV in there compared to what the Allies have. There's very little actual AV in these units, and it's clear terrain, and we bombed it. So you put it all together, and despite the op mode issue, which was my fault, we absolutely destroyed this unit. And look at all these devices here. This is where we made so much money this turn. Gun attack here in to clear the rail line. Another unit destroyed here. It was just a partial. He attempted to get back on the roads here from the swamp. If you look in China, he crossed in from here to here. But this time we were ready for him. We had an armored car unit here because I knew he would do this. And these armored cars just slice and dice infantry that have no anti-tank weapons. And these units are so badly depleted that they have no anti-tank weapons. So these armored cars can literally drive over these guys and there's nothing they can do. I put them there knowing he would do this. I'm starting to figure him out, guys. I'm starting to understand his techniques. So we outsmarted him again here. Although, to be honest, I don't think he cares. He's trying to suicide these units so they come back to Chungking. So whatever. Okay, we had another attack on Sabang this turn that went well. And then we continued down the line there. And here is the stinker of the turn, guys. And this one did not go the way I wanted it to. This was our attack on the Lanchow road, which I was confident that we would take. But this did not go well at all. And the reason I think it went this way is because our bombers that I ordered from Kaifeng did not fly. I don't know why. Let me see. Okay, we had bad weather in the Hex and bad weather at Kaifeng. So when you add those up, our mission got canceled. So our bombers did not fly to support the ground troops. And that's how we ended up with that absolutely abysmal performance. It's really unfortunate. It's bad luck for me. And now it really delays our operations further north. And I don't know what I can do to fix this at this time. Uh, we're kind of stuck here for a bit. And that means that we can't take the oil yet. Air operations were limited again. We hit Changsha pretty good. Got some supply hits right there and damaged the airfield a bit. See that? We hit Chittagong with 2 bomber raids, which disabled quite a bit of units and disrupted that unit badly to facilitate the bombers going in. And a couple other minor missions in China just to soften other areas up. Nothing major. Second, I found something useful here. So, radio transmissions right here. Look at this, guys. Austral Island. That should be out here somewhere, right? He's out here. Guys, I think I figured him out. So we'll talk about it. But I think that this is his shipping lanes, okay? Remember we had intel over here a few days ago, okay? Now we have intel over here. So you can draw a line basically from west coast all the way down this way. So look how close it is to the bottom of the map. I think he's going to start getting down here and trying to come in real low and either come all the way around New Zealand or stop in Wellington or somewhere here first before he goes into Australia. But I think that's what he's actually doing here. That's his convoy route, so we can use that information. And I saw something else here we're going to talk about in a second. Radio transmissions at Midway. Let me see if that means anything. Oh, yeah, well, it means he's got ships here. It means he's got aircraft here. So we do get a little bit of intel, but we kind of knew that anyway, right? It's not particularly telling information. All right, ops report. Just a couple things I want to mention here. Intelligence report. So the Vow on Mindanao is now a size 3 airfield, which could be useful for us later on when we want to use aircraft here to bomb these guys in Malay. Cooktown, size 2. That's on our Australian invasion. So that airfield is coming up nicely. In about maybe 3 or 4 turns, we'll have a size 3. And then maybe within 8 turns, 9 turns, we'll have a size 4, is my guess. And then from there, we can launch unlimited operations as far as what we need to do in Australia right now. So that's good. Unfortunately, it looks like Wellington in Australia went up to a size 5, but that's really nothing we can do to stop that. It's unavoidable, and it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal because he can't do anything with it right now for us. But look at this. Tahiti, port size 2. See guys? Do you see what I mean? He's using this base as a waypoint for his convoy. So this is where he's routing them through. So, and he's in here right now. So he's building these bases up here in the French Polynesia. I believe that's what this is. Yeah, I believe that to be the French Polynesia, but my geography isn't necessarily the best. Okay, or the Society Islands. Whatever. He's coming down this way, and this is giving us proof that he's using this routing. We may be able to do something with this. Okay. Also, Japanese tab. We took Chittagong, as you already know, and more importantly, well, not I wouldn't say more importantly, but also, which was big for me, we just took Lumajang in Java. So we ended up inheriting this base without a fight, and here's what we get for it. We get a size 4 airfield, which means full operations for our 2-engine bombers with no restrictions. So all I gotta do is get some aviation support in here, and this base is mine. I can operate aircraft out of here. And what I can also do is take some of these guys and transfer them over to Lumajang. Yang. I don't speak Dutch, sorry. And we can start using that to cover our attack on Surabaya. Okay, let's talk about this the whole turn in general. Nothing going on in Northern Pacific right now. Nice and quiet that we can see. CS convoys are doing excellent coming out of Sakhalin. We're definitely improving our resource situation in Japan with that. China. All right, let's get out my red pen. First of all, we did secure this rail line here for a moment, but then this unit moved in from here. So next turn we're going to kill this unit, and then we'll have the rail lines back open to Hankow. Okay. Another issue that we have was this failed attack here. And this kind of really sets me back because I was hoping to cut the oil right here, but it's not going to work. So I have a plan B, but I don't think it's a particularly good one. My plan B was I got an armored car unit into Kungcheng right here. And I think we have about a day before these two units get in here and disrupt us. So what I'm going to try to do is shock attack here. I'm going to go for broke because I believe this is to be a base force. If you look at it, there's hardly any troops here. So we're going to attempt to attack here. And if we take it, that will at least buy us a couple turns before he can take it back. Maybe it'll disrupt something. I don't know. Maybe we'll capture some fuel, ship it down. I don't really know. I'm going to try it. But our bigger issue here is that these units got beat up. So we had about 1,400 AV in here before the attack, and now we're down to 1123. I've split these guys up into thirds to help them heal faster, but the bottom line is we're still we got a problem here. I'm going to need to get more troops up here, but the problem is he's going to start pulling troops out of here and here and here, and it's just he's going to reinforce this place eventually, and we're going to have a giant stalemate. So I need to come up with another plan here because this one ain't working. Not very well anyway. So we'll figure it out, but yeah, this was a big fail today, and it's all because my bombers from Kaifeng did not fly and support this attack. All right, in southern China, status quo over here, but again, I was evaluating the idea of maybe attacking here very soon. I know we're outnumbered almost 2-1, but I think we've bled him dry of supply. I know how difficult it is to get supply into these bases right now, right? Because it's got to come from somewhere, and he's got a lot of hungry mouths to feed at Changsha, Kuailin, over here at Tuyun, Chongqing. There's supply requirements all over the map, and I think because we've taken out the Burma Road and our bombing and our bombardments, this unit may actually be weak enough to attack, and if it's out of supply, it's going to be far less effective. So let's talk about it. Let's see if that's going to work for us. In the meantime, I've got my reinforcements coming in this way. In about a week, so I got this guy coming up too. In about a week, I should have sufficient AV here to shock attack and take Nanning, and from there, those troops can aid with the attack into Lanchow, if we haven't already taken it by then. So that's our plan here. I need about 2 weeks to get all of this wrapped up, though, and I don't know if we're going to get that time from him. We'll have to see. The best thing we can do now is try to keep his supply situation bad. Okay, Burma, no activity, but I guess I need to address the situation in the Bay of Bengal. Alright, so here's what we got going on right now. I have a little bit of a minor expedition going on here. These are destroyers that are just sweeping ahead, looking for enemy picket ships. These guys, don't worry about these guys. We just landed in Akyab, so next turn we'll take this, right? Which gives us a size 3 airfield right here. We just landed at Chittagong, and quite honestly, this allows us to continue advancing up this way and maybe even cut off oil this way. But I don't really think that's the intent. That's not really my intent here. Let me tell you what my intent really was with the parachute landing in Chittagong. I just saw an opportunity to take out a bunch of PBYs, which I knew were operating here, and destroy the base force. And that's not really replaceable by him. So all I did with Chittagong was open this place up for the possibility of a future landing if I ever wanted to even do it, which I'm not necessarily convinced that I want to go into India anyway, because I think I have what I need further south. But we just opened the door, right? And he's going to have to reinforce it if he wants to hold that place. And he may not want to do that because this is clear terrain. And clear terrain is hard to defend, especially if I can bomb this place. So I just saw an opportunity to bag some aircraft at some points, and it literally cost us one Nell bomber. We took an ops loss out of this base here. One single bomber was lost for all those points in those aircraft we bagged. So um, this was a win-win operation. So all we're doing over here in India is just demonstrating a bit, right? We're just keeping him busy, keeping him off balance, right? Because now he's got his carriers heading somewhere, and he's like, oh man, is he going into India? Is he gonna keep going into Australia? Where is he going? Like, we're everywhere right now, guys. We got some sort of presence here in the bay. We have a major invasion going on in Australia right now. So like, you see what I mean? Like, Hellsen doesn't know what to think. Are we going here? Are we going there? Where do I send? Where do I send my carriers? Where do I send my infantry? Where do I send everything? I don't know where to go. So that's kind of what we're doing right here, right? Australia is a major operation for us, right? And we have clearly defined goals here. This over here is just a little, demonstration just to keep him off foot, off, off kilter. And the Chittagong thing worked out so good. I'm so happy with this. It went exactly to plan. Even though this unit was on rest mode. Oops. I really need to be careful with that. Anyway, looking down into Sumatra, we just attacked here and drove these guys further down. And we're just going to keep hopscotching all the way into Medan, which has oil like that. Once I get that base, I don't think he has any real reasonable way of attacking it because we're attacking Palembang and suppressing it. And he cannot reach it from any other base that he's got right now. So we should be able to transfer oil back and forth between Georgetown and Medan. And from there, that oil will flow to Bangkok, right? It'll flow to Bangkok, and more importantly, that oil will flow to Rangoon, which still does have some sort of refinery capability. Not as much as it did before, but it's still capable of producing a significant amount of supply for us and some fuel. So that fuel from Medan, or the oil from Medan, can flow all the way up this way, right? See? And get to Rangoon. And we can also transport it back to the home islands later on if we want to. So I really want Medan. This is the first oil base that I think we can take without any issue at all. Okay? So on Java, I already mentioned this, but we got an awesome base here at Lumajang now. So I can start moving aircraft and base forces and everything from Kandari into here. Because this base will support all of our operations in the Java indefinitely. I mean, we could go into Surabaya whenever we want, right? But I expect that base to be damaged. You can already see that it's damaged. And my guess is he's not repairing it because he wants us to inherit a damaged base. So he can try to bomb it when we take it. But since I have a base that's literally 2 hexes away, I can support it with long-range cap to keep him from bombing Surabaya when we take it back, to give us time to get the airfield rebuilt. So I think the way I've conducted this Java operation has been effective because we have land-based air covering our operations here, bombers from Kandari supporting operations here, and now we have a base here that we can attack the rest of Java with. And I'll tell you what, once we neutralize Batavia and and Bandung, then we can go for Balikpapan, Miri, Tarakan, because Palembang, he's not going to want to fly out of there because he knows that we're bombing it intermittently. Guys, this is good stuff. The Java operation is fantastic. Philippines. So we have temporarily lost sight of his troops. I have no idea where they're at. My guess is that they're on the way to Vigan. But fortunately, I've already got all the supply out of here that I need to. I've got this unit that will be in Apari soon. I'm just basically waiting until we get these lilies patched up right here, which it looks like they need 2 more days. So I have these guys on um, combat mode. I'm going to reset their movement so we don't leave the hex, and we'll put them in. Actually, you know what? We'll put them in move mode, and we can just reset it every day. No, I can't put it in move mode because then they don't do their job. We'll leave it in combat mode, and then we can move it to move mode once we have these lilies patched up, and we can move them out of here. Overall, though, I'm not overly concerned with the situation here. I've got the troops from Apari already landing within a turn at Batangas, and then we'll just move them into Manila, which, as you can see, is nicely stocked up with supply. And we're working on the airfield, and we probably should start working on these forts again, but I think we'll do both. And I've got a lot more engineers on the way. Mindanao, no big issue here. He's gets stuck here at Oroquieta, which is fine. And then we have these guys that are stuck in Malaybalay. There's nowhere for them to go. The 21st Division is almost fully loaded now, as you can see. Then we'll get that on the road. And then we have our garrison that we need here. We have more garrison troops going into Cotabato next turn. Maybe 2 turns. And then we could take this SNLF unit and move it somewhere else. I also have... let's see, where are they? Oh, okay, I guess I thought I had something for Davao, but I don't think I do. I'll need to get some more garrison in here to get this SNLF unit extricated. But at least I can free up one right now, which will help us. So everything's looking great, guys. We already talked about Dutch East Indies. Now we can talk about the Solomons and our Australia operation. So here's what we got. We got Cooktown at a size 2 airfield. You can see how many engineers we got. That's going to start coming up very quickly, right? We'll keep building that up. And then once we get to size 4, we can do full operations out of here. We consolidated our gains at Cairns. And now we're sending these troops down to Townsville. So next turn, this recon regiment will catch up to these guys that are already battered, take them out, and we'll keep pushing them down into Townsville. I elected not to send my battleships over here this turn because I saw those submarines in the hex. I didn't want to risk them like that. So I went ahead and pulled them out. They're no longer needed, and we'll just take this base when it's time, when I have reinforcements from Cairns. As you can see, we finally lost all of our visibility on Brisbane, but no matter. We still own Rockhampton. We still own Bowen. So what I have going on now is I have these guys moving over to Emerald. Yep, these guys are going to head to Emerald and take this base and deny it to Hellsen for strat moving, right? And then from there, we'll decide if we want to go into Charlottesville or what we want to do after that. But so far, everything's going just fine in Australia. I've got more reinforcements on the way to continue our operations. I will come up with a plan to deal with the air cover at Brisbane. It's bad, but I think we can defeat it. It just can take me some more time. All we need to do up here is consolidate our gains, which we are well on our way of doing. Wow, okay guys, this was an exciting turn for me. I'm just really glad that this operation went down. It was 100% successful. And you can see he was expanding the airfield. He was working on it. He just didn't get very far. I wish this had gone better, but I will figure out a plan to get it back on track. That's my turn. I hope you liked it. Please tell me what you think about what we've got going on. What do you think that Hellsen's thinking right now? Do you think he's shocked and scared about India, or Australia, or like we're pushing him everywhere, guys? We're hitting him on Sumatra, Java, Australia, China, India now. We're hitting him everywhere, and I'm just curious, like how long it's gonna take him to figure out what our overall strategy is, if he can even figure it out, and where he's going to send his carriers, his American infantry divisions, all those reinforcements that I know are coming. I'm curious where he's going to send them. Maybe that's what this was down here. Maybe this is his reinforcements. It's hard to say, but we'll keep an eye on it. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Chittagong!